Hey, welcome into the Stinking Truth Podcast. Time for the leftovers, the Carolina Panthers, the New Orleans Saints. The New Orleans Saints getting a victory to go to 2-8. Big victory for them based upon the way they were playing. For Mike, I am Mark. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, and I think you got Saints fans are probably the biggest question I know I would have as a Saints fan is just your overall impressions of Tyler Shough and
Yeah.
do they have a future there with this guy?
You know, Shough is an interesting conversation. Like, first thing is, we had our production meetings, yours truly, because Kellen Moore.
Boise
State.
Yeah.
So I just wore this into the production meeting right here.
Yeah.
Just to basically say, and I said to him, he goes, you would wear that in here with me. And I go, just want to display my dominance.
Yeah.
Right? Just want to let you know.
That'll show him because
Right.
Idaho's just owned Boise State over the years.
That's right.
Yeah.
I was 5-0 when the 5 years I played at Idaho, one redshirt year, obviously,
Yeah.
but the 4 years, we were 5-0.
Yeah, back when you had a single bar face mask.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
How
right.
about in the modern day of college football?
Well, they're different divisions. It doesn't really matter anymore.
Pay no attention.
But
to
I
the
just
record.
want to let him know, like, how dominant.
Sure.
Just let him just feel it. By the way, he's the only Boise State guy they have on their coaching staff. They have 3 Idaho guys.
Really?
My quarterback that I played with in Idaho, Scott Linehan, is a senior offensive consultant. Doug Nussmeier was a quarterback after I left, after John Freeze, another one of my quarterbacks. Doug Nussmeier's their OC, and Joel Thomas is their running back coach. 3 Idaho guys.
Wow.
3 Idaho guys.
You must have just had a good old time this weekend.
Oh man,
huh?
it was a great reunion.
Yeah, I bet
great
it was.
reunion
You guys
for me.
sing the song.
Yeah.
You know?
Came a tribe from the north, brave and bold, bearing banners of silver and gold, tried and true to subdue all their foes. Vandals, come on, you Vandals! Yeah, oh man,
Awesome. That's
that
good.
is
Yeah,
big
they all
time.
got together and sang it.
Yeah. So Tyler Shough,
Yeah, tell us about him.
7 years in college. Most people are doctors after that, but 3 different schools, 7 years, had injury issues throughout his college career. So, that was kind of a kindred spirit thing for me. Has a level of maturity, throws the ball exceptionally well. And I thought the biggest thing coming out of the game for me, Mike, was most college quarterbacks, because they sit in shotgun the whole time, they escape out the back. They've got the wide side of the field, all those different things. I thought the biggest thing for me was this guy's ability under duress to climb the freaking pocket and be decisive. I mean, just up his feet just hit and bam, pressure, up inside there, then moving with inside the pocket and throwing strikes, making sure that you're not staring at the rush while you're climbing the pocket, but you're staying downfield, finding your open guys and making a play. And it was awesome. I thought he was awesome. Just incredible. Had a couple of big-time throws against their top-level corner. J.C. Horn had a couple of big throws against J.C. Horn. One with a tight end running a corner. J.C. Horn falls down. He completes it. Jawan Johnson goes in for a touchdown, about 30-some-odd yards. And then the other gets one-on-one with J.C. Horn, goes to Olave down the football field off a blitz look, and gets the completion for about a 60-some-odd yard touchdown. So 2 big-time throws. I thought he was great, and clearly on the day, a quarterback at least you feel like you can build around and potentially win with. And then the guy on the other side of the field felt exactly the opposite, Bryce Young. And so I think you look at them right now at New Orleans. You've got an offensive line that's been an issue, especially with your inside 3 interior players, some injuries there. You've got, some question marks across the board at your talent level on the offensive side of the ball. And I thought Shough came out and acquitted himself really well. I thought he played really good football. He was under duress multiple times. He almost took a safety, dumped it at the feet of the running back. They got fooled a little bit on a blitz. the Carolina Panthers were right there in the backfield, ready for a sack. He dumps it right to the quarterback, saves the safety, dumps it, at the feet of the running back, saves the safety. He made some really big-time decisions as a rookie quarterback in his second start that I thought said a lot about who he is as a quarterback.
There's some talent on this team. It's not like the cupboard's bare.
No.
When you look at New Orleans, are they competent quarterback play away from being, close to a 500 team?
I think they need to keep investing in their offensive line. They've got two tackles that I think can play. One of them, Fuaga didn't play yesterday because he's got the ankle injury. But I think the Banks kid can play. I think Fuaga can play at the right tackle position. And their inside three guys, they need to increase or be better there. But I thought they played pretty well last week, all things or this weekend, all things considered. And then defensively, they're a little bit old on their front seven, so they've got to get a little bit bigger, a little bit better on their front seven from an age standpoint. They've got some aging veterans, but they've got some good young secondary players. And I thought they handled, I thought defensively the game plan that Brandon Staley came up with. And say what you want about Brandon Staley, but I think the dude knows defense. I think he really understands. DeMario Davis, year 14, is still a superstar. Right. Maybe one of the most undervalued, underrated players in all of football. The guy just makes freaking plays. And talking to him, and I love talking to him. I love talking ball with him. But just talked about Brandon Staley and how most of the time in today's NFL, the offense is a little bit ahead of the defense, but he's like, we're so prepared. I really feel like the defense and that he calls is we're ahead of the offense. And yesterday, and I say this all the time, not always in broadcast, but just in studying football, you can really tell what a team thinks of you based upon the way they play you. And one of the things Staley did is he brought edge pressure consistently. Alontae Taylor blitzed a bunch. He had a bunch of corner type blitzes off the edge. And what he was doing was saying, hey, man, we're going to take you away from the running game. So if you're pushing that way, you automatically have to, cut back because here comes an unblocked guy off the edge. So you're basically adding defenders into the box, adding defenders at the point of attack in the running game. And I thought they dialed that up on a consistent basis. They did it time and time and time again. And so when you're doing that, what are you saying to what are you saying to the offense? What's your defense indicating how your coach feels about this offense? And what that was is, we're going to give you one-on-one opportunities outside the numbers. And we don't think your quarterback can handle it. We don't think your quarterback's good enough to beat us. The New Orleans Saints at 1-8 came in on the road to the Carolina Panthers and said the only way you can beat us is Rico Dowdle being a big-time performer, and we're going to take him out of this game. Your quarterback does not have what it takes to beat us at 1-8. That's exactly what they said. Exactly what they said. And you know what? They were 100% correct. That passing game was pathetic. And I did, as I was studying last week, I did some just kind of research, which means I called somebody and had them do the research.
Sure.
But I'm watching the film, and Bryce Young has 11 wins in his career, 9 of them final drive for a victory, most of them field goals. And you look at those 11 wins, I believe it was 9 times he's thrown for less than 200 yards. The win against Green Bay in Green Bay, Mike, he was 11 of 20, I believe, for 102 yards and an interception. And that's your winning quarterback statistics. Dude, at this particular point in time, I'm not saying that will never happen, but right now, if you're the Carolina Panthers, if a team forces you to put it on Bryce Young's shoulders, you're probably not going to win.
It's a sobering, I guess, wake up call for Panther fans, because mean, you were there. You probably felt the vibe at 5-4.
Yeah.
They're talking playoffs, right?
Right. And a 1-8 team coming in there that's got all kinds of issues. Switch their quarterback from Rattler to Shuck. You think, man, we're going to be 6-4 after this game, and a game behind Tampa or whatever it is,
and that tells you where a team's makeup is, or where their maturity is. How do you handle that moment? And they weren't ready for it.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all ready for it. So I was, like I said, I was really pleasantly surprised about the way the New Orleans Saints. Hey, the New Orleans Saints are still a ways away. And I talked to Mickey Loomis, their general manager, and I talked to a lot of people within the organization because, you know, I'm still, I think, like to think I'm fairly tight with the organization simply because I spent some time, you know, consulting when Sean was there and everything else. So I know a lot of people within the organization. I know they know they're a ways away, but I also know that they value the draft picks. They got a couple of them for, they got a couple of draft picks for a free agent in Rashid Shaheed. I think they got a 4th and a 5th for Rashid Shaheed. They got a 6th for Trevor Penning, who was just a bust for them as a first rounder. But they're compiling draft picks. They know they got a little bit of ways to go to be competitive, but I like the makeup, man. I like the way they played. I like the vibe they had. I love guys like DeMario Davis playing. They were interesting to me. And I think, you know, the second half, they're going to the bye week right now. The second half of their schedule, Mike, for the New Orleans Saints, okay, they're in the bye. Falcons, Dolphins, at Buccaneers, Panthers again, Jets, Titans, Falcons. Could you see them having this kind of, remember Detroit in like year 3 under Dan Campbell or year 2, where they started off like 1-6 or 7 and then went on a streak and won like 5 of the next 6 or something? Couldn't you see them walking away from this and getting 3 or 4 wins?
Be a 6, maybe 6 win team when it's all said and done.
And all of a sudden going into the offseason feeling pretty good about yourself and going, man, we've got a pretty good feel of where we are and what we need to address. And all of a sudden going, man, like, you know, this is going from a team that we were, you know, everybody thought we were going to be the number 1 overall team from a selection standpoint in the draft to all of a sudden, hey, man, this team might be one of those teams that makes a New England Patriot bump in year 2.
Right.
Who knows?
And all under the tutelage of a Boise State guy.
Listen, at least he's smart enough. Kellen Moore is smart enough to know that he's not smart enough to do it without a bunch of Idaho guys.
Good point. The Harvard of the West.
That's right. He's like, hey, man, I don't even understand how this stuff works.
Yeah.
Let me get some offensive guys from Idaho.
That's right.
Right? The really smart dudes.
Game recognizes game.
Game recognizes game. No question about it. Hey, Kellen Moore, you're welcome. You're welcome. Hey, for everybody involved in the Stick Truth podcast, for Mike, I am Mark. Thank you so much for being part of our show, The Leftovers. Hope you enjoyed it. Saints, good things around the bend for you guys, I think. Carolina, it's over. No, I kid because I care. For everybody involved, thank you so much for making us a part of your day.